Hi, my name's Brandon, and this video is to set the record straight for the situation that's going on at 5060 Ellicott Road in Pomfret, New York. Now, what's going on here is I have these people, the Stampones, are continuing to harass me by any means necessary and flat out just attempt to get me and my wife to move from our home because they want our property, and you'll see why in a second. I've been saying this for a while now. When they've called the authorities and they've come and I've explained this, the authorities kind of just roll their eyes and like, oh. And I mentioned, oh, they had said they were going to throw every form of regulation they can at us. Now everyone's like surprised and angry when they have, and regardless of how meaningless some of these accusations are. Like, seriously, driving up a personal, a private driveway and my tires spinning in snow is enough to get the authorities called on me? Yeah, come on. We got to realize what's going on here and how these people are using our community's resources they're wasting their time, which could be better spent on things that aren't this. So I've set up this website because I'm going public with this because enough is enough. Now it's wny.neighborhood/bullies.com. And here you'll find where I tell my story and I shed some light on what's actually going on and the truth. I've got no reason to lie. You know, I've been keeping to myself here. I'm a local business owner. You know, I ran a carpet cleaning business for, over 10 years. The only reason I walked away was because of health reasons. I had really bad carpal tunnel. And, yeah, I decided to just change careers. Now I am a freelance software developer. I'm on third shift, so nights. That's when I code. Keep that in mind because, yeah. So let's start with this. This is a 3D rendering I made of our property. What it does is it takes our surveys, overlays it with satellite imaging, and uses GIS data and combines all that together to get this, along with equal rectangular image I took with my cell phone camera. Basically, it's a 3D surround shot, so you can. It's an environmental shot. You get this 3D effect, and I put it into the modeling software just to see how everything lined up, reality versus the 3D modeling. The shot I took with the camera is actually off because it was just me going around 360 taking the picture. It wasn't on a tripod, so there was variations in the camera movement, but it was still pretty close. Now, the reason I'm showing this is I wanted to zoom out and show visually why the Stampones want us out of here. Okay, the red is their property, the green is ours. Now think about this. If this was all theirs, they'd have a nice little spot to themselves, nice little private area, wouldn't they? That's not so far outside the realm of possibilities in this whole situation now, is it? Now, I've got so many things here that they have done, I'm just not going to even cover them. But, I mean, they complain about me. I didn't even put anything on their property, so I don't even know why they would say that. But here is them. They got all their building materials on my land here, and then their workers. Now, I'm not faulting the Amish for this. That wasn't. That's not on them. I believe this is Fulvio not communicating like he never has with anyone, and just taking it upon himself. These guys just know no boundaries. Now I'm showing this because this shows these cameras were up way before their shop even went up. So any accusations of just privacy and just me spying, no. These were up because that shop has. I ran my carpet cleaning business out of there. There's thousands of dollars worth of tools. There's just, yeah, it's a security camera. And then they go on, even their trimmers, go ahead and take it upon themselves to just dump out, my scrap metal that I had in buckets and just steal that. Oh, that's all fine, dandy. I didn't call the cops or anything on this. But what happens? I go to drive my Jeep and my BMW next door to the shop because I got called, I got served a violation from the town saying I had junk vehicles because there was more than one that was unregistered or uninspected. Now, the zoning officer came in the middle of winter on February 22nd. There was over a foot of snow in this driveway. I could not get my little black car up the driveway to get in the shop and out of sight so it wouldn't be offending anyone's view. You know, because that's so goddamn important right now, especially with social distancing and COVID. I'm glad everyone has their priorities straight here. So look, I drive in and out of my shop. Now, nothing was weird there except I got a little off when I turned the wheel because I didn't want to hit the cone and my window wasn't rolling down, whatever. But is that enough to get the cops called on me? Apparently it is, because here's Fulvio 2 coming out, cell phone ready, 18 seconds after I pull out of the driveway. How is that not harassment? Now, one thing you'll notice, he's pretty limber and agile here. There's nothing around his neck, right? Because I'm not seeing anything. But let's fast forward just a little bit here. You know, he's very proud of his camera work, so, you know, I don't want to let that, you know, not cover that. Now, another thing, too. I've been also accused of, well, they have said they have a shower in the back without a shower curtain, and that there's a potential that my cameras might catch children indisposed. Are you kidding me? And how did the troopers give validity to that? How do you not charge them with exploiting children in a means to, you know, draw up some charges so they're forced to serve a search warrant on me and, like, seize my DVR? Are you kidding me? Get out of here. And they said, oh, my cameras, they can see so clearly. You can't even see the dude's face. You can't even make it out. But for sure, that's Fulvio 2, Fulvio Stampone Jr. walking around there. Here's me pulling in with my Beamer. Again, let's rewind this. See what really got the cops called on me here. Because it's such an offense. Huh. It's a reasonable speed. I don't know what happened there. What I do know is the next day, the troopers are here, and look who's wearing a neck brace, too. Are you kidding me? What's going on here? I'll tell you what's going on. These guys are con artists, and they're conning our law enforcement and our officers in the community, whether it's for the town or anyone. These guys are con artists. They've said they're going to throw all types of regulation at me, and they have shown that that's what they're doing. And it should be no surprise to anyone, because I've been saying, right after they told me this, I've been saying it to the police, I've been saying it to the town, everyone's like, rolling their eyes. Well, are you rolling your eyes now because that's what they're doing, and now everyone's annoyed, and they're looking at me as the bad guy? Because when I get the town officer calling and say this to me,
can you believe that the troopers and the sheriffs don't even want to? Can you believe that the trouble you're going to get into if you ever get into trouble, the sheriffs and the troopers have got you down on a list. This is America.
They got me on a list. Well, that's just great, because I've done nothing but sit here and try to just do my own thing, and then I look out the window and I see these guys just going all over my property, and then they respond, oh, they're going to just use whatever regulation they have. Verbatim, this is what Fu 1 said to me. We got an awful lot of resources, and we're going to throw them at you. Don't believe me? Where's the timestamp on it? $3:21. Sorry for the delay. Now, this is what they're doing. I don't know how to make it any more clear. Like I said, you can go to this website.
We got an awful lot of resources, and we're going to...
Oh, you said that. Yeah, you need me to...
An awful lot of resources, and they're going to throw them at us. Yeah, he goes on to say a lot of things. He even makes fun of my carpal tunnel, like that's a funny thing. 5:15.
Not in a million years, because...
Yeah.
Stay in here. You stay in here, and I'll start sneaking in there. Wow.
Talking about my wife. He's going to start sneaking in here. Yeah, that's the kind of people these are. So just so we're clear, and everyone that, you know, is responding to their calls to just meaningless regulation that they're trying to throw at me, please use some judgment and common sense and realize what these guys are actually doing. Let's move on here. What else? Oh, the one last thing, the theft of my property. Now, I don't have this on the site yet, but I will show you what I got accused of doing. Here is me shoveling millings off of my property that they were unlawfully put on. This whole area that's darker, because I graded it with a gravel rake, that's my property outside any easement. And speaking of easement, it's a right of way only. Ingress, egress, regress. That's it. And that implies they keep moving through. They cannot stop. That's what those terms mean. Egress, ingress, regress. It means moving through. They can't even park in the easement, let alone modify it to any extent that they have. So me shoveling those millings that were unlawfully put on my property causes this to happen. This trooper telling me it's theft. So I had to go ahead and just by it, I guess. You know, I didn't want to be arrested for theft of something that was unlawfully put on my property to begin with. So there I go. I go doing that. And then tell me how this isn't theft. They literally took tons of my dirt off my driveway and used it as fill behind their shop. Look at this. It's clear as freaking day. What is going on here? Do these guys have someone on the tail? Like, they must. I don't know what's going on, but this needs to stop. That's why I'm going public with it, because I don't know what's going on here, because it doesn't make any sense to me. So for anyone involved, this is what's going on, and that's all I got to say. Again, the website, wny.neighborhood-bullies.com.